Yo, what up, fight fans? This is LG with the Executive View. We have gotten the Super Fight of the Year out of the way. Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford once again proved why he's the best fighter of this generation. He's beaten multiple champions. Once again, he's undisputed. He's the first three-time undisputed champion. He's four-time champion in 4 different weight classes. What a great night. What a great night. The fight lived up to the hype, in my opinion, because we saw two world champion boxers boxing at a very, very high level. We saw guys, using their defense, using their offense when needed. It was a great night for boxing. Bud Crawford, when guys were on, who's going to take over after Floyd Mayweather retired, guys were on Errol Spence. I was more of a Bud Crawford fan because I saw that Bud Crawford had the defense, he had the offense, he had the power, he had all of the things that I used to see in Floyd. He had the way of kind of figuring out his opponent and then just taking over. And we saw him do that multiple times. Canelo, excellent game plan. Canelo tried to do like Canelo normally does. He put pressure on guys. He lands those body shots. He, eventually goes for the knockout. That was one of my biggest things going into the fight, was how Bud would handle the weight, because Bud was coming up 2 weight classes up to 168. He never fought at 168. Do you know how he would be able to handle Canelo's power, and how would he be able to, kind of keep Canelo off him with his own power? Bud was able to do what typical Bud did. He did get hit with a couple of body shots, but Bud, he blocked most of all of Canelo's power shots most of the fight. Canelo did kind of turn it on around the 5th and 6th round. But as Bud typically does, Bud figured him out. Bud defense kept a lot of those body shots away from hurting him. He kept a lot of those power shots from hurting him. And Bud boxed when he needed to box, but then he sat down on his punches when he needed to. Clearly evident by how red Canelo's face was after the fight. And we've seen it before where Canelo, we figure out he's lost fights to guys because they've actually outlanded him. Or, Canelo didn't hit him like we thought they were. But Bud had an excellent game plan. He was going to box, stay away from his power when he wanted to, pot shot him, hit him when he wanted to, and then sit down on some punches and actually fight him when needed. And ultimately, I think that's what won the fight. Clearly evident by these 115, 113 scorecards, because I saw the fight easily 116, 112, maybe even higher, because Canelo just wasn't landing anything. But for some reason, these judges, they like it when, Canelo has guys, boxing him. I don't see it running. It's running when you're not throwing punches back, but it's boxing when you're hitting guys and moving. But obviously, the refs always favor Canelo when guys boxing. And Bud had the right game plan. Boxing when needed and sit down on punches when I do need to sit down on punches. And it was a great night. Like I say, hats off to Bud Crawford. It's clearly evident that he is the next generational boxer of our generation. Since Floyd Mayweather's retirement. And I'll say that hopefully this is not his last fight. Hopefully he has at least one more fight in him, and we get to see one more special night out of Terence Bud Crawford. The undercard was a little bit, more to be desired. I will say go check out the Milby and Walker fight. That was an excellent slugfest. But the overall undercard left a little bit to be desired. But still, that's an excellent night for boxing all around. Two guys that didn't shy away from fighting each other. We've seen before. And I can't close out without saying, RIP to Ricky Hatton. Love him or hate him, the guy did fight some of the best fighters. He fought Pacquiao, he fought Mayweather, he may have lost to them. He did beat the boogeyman in Costa Zoo that everybody was scared of. But RIP to Ricky Hatton, and keep checking us out on the Executive View. Peace.